that car park is it's complete waste. So I wonder if Mike will be able to find out who we can talk to.
No, they're leased.
They're leased.
When I was previously part of the parish council, we had this, didn't we? Basically, Network Rail took all the car parks in a big geographical area, which includes us, and they've gone to a third-party company and said, "Have these, and you can make the money on." You know, they presumably pay them a stipend or something. You can make the money on parking because they didn't want to be involved in it.
Mm.
Well, that's when, because before that, everybody used to use the station car park, and at that point, that's when the station car park emptied. And we did try, because of all the traffic that was parking along Station Road, we did try to get that decision amended then, and it was like, you know, talking to somebody who wasn't. Well, because we're so small in relation to their estates that they
leased it to a company that businesses to make money.
but they won't be making any because hardly anybody uses
No, I
the car
know,
park.
but you can see their point.
Yeah, definitely.
That's the whole point of why.
They're still rather hoping that they will.
Yes.
The whole point of me suggesting that Mike tracks down who we can speak to, the right person to speak to, is that it's basic law of economics that half a loaf is better than none. At the moment, they're getting nothing. If they were to say charge £2 a day instead of £6,
Is it 6?
there's 6 in. How much is in yours? It's 6 at Stayburst.
The station car park, the land itself is owned by Network Rail.
Right.
The whole of the station is leased to South Eastern.
Yes.
South Eastern have franchised out the car park monitoring and maintenance to, it was Meteor, it's now a company called Indigo.
That's right. Yeah.
And if you want to park your car in Harrietsham Station car park, it's £2.30 a day.
Yeah.
In Harrietsham car park. Yes.
Yes. And if you take that off,
Yep.
if you don't take it off Lenham and Charing as well, then what will happen is everybody in Lenham and Charing will come drive down the road, park in Harrietsham Station car park where it's free, and they pay less for rail fare in London.
True. Yeah. I didn't realise it was that small.
Yeah.
Having never parked a car there because it's too expensive.
And there you go. You see?
Right. Well, to sum up then, we're actually no further forward.
I think we are further forward.
What in our understanding?
We understand. Well, we understand. We've got an understanding of one of the main contributors to the traffic problem
It's gone. It all will be
is
gone.
going.
Yeah.
So I think we need to confirm that with Bedford. They are taking over that.
Yeah, it'd be nice.
I think that that will itself help. I think that the other thing is that we still have a problem with even in, you know, notwithstanding what the problem in Westwood is about traffic going up and down, the problems that are on Station Road about the traffic, as they mentioned, the businesses driving around the wrong side of the road because the car parking's on the inside of the corner.
Yes.
And I think that, you know, that needs to be thought up because there will be an accident there, as none of us have really had. But I think it's the businesses said that was a danger.
Yeah.
I think that it would be useful to perhaps. I think we should talk to the police, to be honest with you, because it is a danger on that corner. They are parking on the corner, they're blind green. They're obviously also irritated about the fact the cars park opposite the entrances to the station. Again, that causes a problem in itself. So, I think that we should talk to the police to say at least we can raise the issue, because if there is an accident and we haven't raised it with the police, then I don't think at least we've done that.
Well, yes, there used to be somebody called a road safety officer. He was a Kent County Council in function, wasn't it? Years ago. Don't know if there's such an office now.
I don't think there is, but at the last joint transportation board meeting I attended with Eric Hodgson, the chairman, to try and get clarification from the police, and did get a written clarification which we hope to be able to send out generally, but it shows the police's position, and I think that we ought to use that letter when it does eventually come out to go and ask the police, okay, this is the problem here, you've got a potential danger in Station Road that we've had historically in the past with big issues happening in Station Road. And I think it's, you know, what we're going to do is try and alleviate what can happen. And if it's really an educational thing that you talk to businesses about avoiding the school time, then that's great. I think we just need to raise the ante a little bit amongst, you know, the businesses there who are quite open to discussion, and also I think local residents as well who, you know, I think are also open to discussion because they use that road to drop off kids and, you know, to access the police station itself. But
what will be interesting, but which is totally beyond our capability, and quite probably so, is to establish the registered keeper of the people who are parking along that street. Now, only the police can do it.
The thing is, they're not parking illegally.
No.
So I don't think you can. Because on what grounds, and I'm not saying I agree with it, by the way, but upon what grounds would you make your complaint, if you like, because they're not breaking the law? That's the trouble.
Can I just mention one other thing? There was a recent planning application that came up for that particular area within Harrietsham, and we was assured by the chairman on that particular evening that he was going to be talking to KCC about the very point that we're talking about. Right. So let's wait to get that. Let's wait to get that information back.
Did you look at the webcast?
It's actually been stated, so it's actually been kind of raised officially from Maidstone to KCC.
Right.
Let's see what the outcome of that is. Yeah. And then we will decide on that whether we're going to say it to the police afterwards. But we can't do anything at the moment.
Someone's put flyers on.
I mean, West Street is becoming more and more of a problem. So
Yes.
Can you not put something on the things?
You can't.
not officially.
Because
if you don't, it's causing damage. Would you agree?
Well, I think to get
I think
that's
Parish Council.
I support the proposal that you made earlier in the discussion where you spoke about approaching Kent Fire and Rescue and asking them what they for a risk assessment, and I think that's something that we can do, but we can't report people for some, even as distasteful as it is, can't report people or suggest the police take action for something that isn't an illegal act. That's the trouble.
Well, when they park halfway up on the grass verges.
Well, yeah,
but that's not the issue, is it?
No, but I think a risk assessment for West Street would be an extremely good idea, and it would support what Eddie was just saying about what the planning department promised us at the last meeting.
It was only 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, it was only 3 weeks. He said that he would get. He made a note. He wanted it limited, didn't he? That transport should speak to KCC and they should get there together and sort out.
And it was mentioned there was representatives from KCC there on that evening.
Yeah.
But we've heard nothing to it.
Was only 3 weeks
It was
ago.
only 3 weeks
ago.
But yeah, I don't know how we...
Road has cleared this morning for it.
Yeah, I know, but we're talking about councils.
Well, if we can perhaps take that forward and arrange for that assessment to happen, or even have a conversation, is that?
I'm happy to do that. I'm happy to talk to Kent Fire and Rescue and stuff.
And then let's see what happens from the minutes of the
And could we
last
ask for
planning
an
meeting.
update on that after another week?
Yeah.
Will you?
I'm seeing him tomorrow.
Are you? Yeah.
No. See, I was going to start dripping on about double yellow lines, but that's got to
be
be
something that comes out. Well, that might be something that comes out.
Yeah.
When we talk about it, so. Okay, we can come on to number 18 on the agenda, which is the change of representative for the Village Hall Trust.
Yeah, obviously Ken Kay was our representative on the Village Hall Trust. Councillor Morris has offered to take his place as he's already on the trust. So it's just to agree that. Yeah, can we have, who put their hand up first? Secondly.
In his absence.
Anyway, he knows, it's fine.
Okay, the Christmas Tree Festival.
Yeah, obviously last year there was the Christmas Tree Festival in the church. We received a letter to say they're going to do the same again this year on the 3rd and 4th of December. The tree can be purchased to be removed after the event, or we can just make a £25 donation to leave the tree there right up till Christmas, which is what we did last year. So, do we want to have a tree again this year?
Yes.
And who's going to decorate it? On the 3rd, I think it's on the 3rd, yes.
Oh, they're being hang on.
I'm not sitting at the top of the tree wearing a tutu.
The church will be open on Friday the 2nd December from 2:30 to 7:30 in the evening to decorate the tree ready for the
Second of December.
Yeah.
They all had themes last
Yeah.
year, didn't they?
Yeah, what can we have? Planning?
I'm thinking of Shrinky Doesn't Plan application.
Yeah, planning applications all over it.
Joke.
I'd be happy to get involved in
I'll come and help you.
Oh, hang on a second, I didn't say I was going to lead it, I said I'd get involved.
Joint leaders.
One to hold the ball, one to put them on.
One hold the ladder.
They're about 6 foot, they're not.
It's not.
It sounds quite
Providing fairy.
Right, so just be a group. So have you got a thing?
We can talk, we
You can think of one. All right, well, yeah, okay. So we're going to pay the £25 to have the tree.
We ought to.
Yeah.
Right, so can someone propose that, please?
Jackie, seconded. Jennifer.
And everyone in favour of that?
Of course.
So that's £25.
Okay, so this interesting point has found its way onto the agenda at item number 20, which is the Boundary Commission review.
Yes. The letter that we received, everyone
Yeah,
yes, obviously it was quite long and in-depth, but we just felt that obviously it should be, council should be made aware of it. And what's obviously there's a lot of stuff being said in the media, and there isn't that much concrete stuff coming out. But the proposal is perhaps that we, Harrietsham and Lenham, become part of the Tunbridge Ward constituency. And I think we need to look at what our relationship is with that area and the areas in between, and think about our views on that. There is going to be is it called public hearing? Consultation on the 3rd and 4th of November at County Hall or Petitions House. And I would suggest that either someone goes along to put some sort of view, we can think about it, or we put some information to them. Perhaps we can gather information from the community via. I mean, obviously we haven't got very long to do that.
Is this consultation open to members of the public as well?
Yes.
So can we put it on the Facebook page so people know
what's going on?
Because we're not going to get into networking time, are we? So that's
I think one of them is a day and one of them is a more of an evening, isn't it?
I must admit, this locally has been quite a contentious issue at the moment between all the different areas. Not so much, strangely enough, in this one as much as the surrounding, constituencies, and people have been asking all sorts of questions of, okay, where's our council tax going to be paid? Those just boundaries are coming up. It's just constituencies, not council, just constituencies.
Oh, right, so it doesn't mean we're going to be part of Tunbridge?
No, we won't notice any
Just for
difference.
the elections, the general elections.
As I say, they're going into a consultancy, but as I say, all over the country, it's an area that's been, there's lots of political brownie points taking place with all the various sides because of it. So
that's absolutely right. And I think it's about our relationship between. It's a bit like a sausage, isn't it? We're a north-south sausage, now we're an east-west sausage.
exactly, absolutely.
And it's still a sausage, but it's not almost like it's our relationship with a major part of Maidstone,
Absolutely.
really. And it could equally have been the other side of Maidstone.
Exactly, absolutely.
So I think it's about our relationship with the part that we're becoming part of. It's like
Exactly.
but it's almost an afterthought, so it's sad, really.
It's about 38 miles, I think.
36 miles.
Is it 36? I had to
Yeah.
look on the internet. And you have to question how we would access our Member of Parliament if would they set up a surgery in both corners of the sausage, or one in the middle of the sausage? You know, those are the sorts of questions.
What shape sausage is it?
Well,
so are we going to at least put our heads together and make some form of representation?
Well, I will be there on one of the days for, I'm not quite sure how long or what day it'll be yet, but it's...
And we need to put it on our website so that people, because all the information is on that website that Stephen sent round.
And I'm sure the writer of the letter won't mind that going on.
Well, I've put the body of the
Yes.
letter.
Yes.
That's what I mean.
Okay, landing, item number 21 on the agenda, landing St Welcome's Way.
Right.
That's
Mr.
Tom,
Chairman,
yes.
Oh, sorry.
sorry. I've spoken to a chap called Mark Emerson, who's the Golden Home representative for this area, and the triangular people, a piece of land behind the Booth Field has been sort of a contentious potato for quite a few years, in as much as that it's been a dump site, it's been a garden, it's been it's been unspent, it's been going on for a very long time. And I've talked to Mark and said, you know, is there a possibility that land might become available? And it appears that might be a possibility within the Golden Homes, that they don't actually want to hold on to it. The residents whose land it would be don't want it. And I just suppose that it might be possible that if they won't want to sell it, but they might want to lease it, and it might be possibly potentially an allotment or something. Because it has been used previously as cultivated, and it might just help us get a couple of blocks out of it or three.
Is that for the residents that live by there,
Well,
or
the
would you
land
be
is
looking at?
associated with the houses opposite, but I think that's the question is that do we want to write to Golden Homes and say can we have a discussion as to whether the land might become available? Because all I'm doing is discussing this on and off with whichever estate manager comes along, which happens to be Mark in this case. So it's it's about do we write forms to Golden Homes and say we understand this land might be available, can we have a discussion?
I think if we do nothing,
It's
they
a
should stay the same, and then what will happen is that there'll either be a fire on it or flying
That's what's
ticking.
happened.
Yeah, it has happened in the past.
Caravan.
No, you can't do that.
No.
That's too small.
I'll have to draft the letter.
Item number 22, which is the invitation to the mayor, to the parish council.
Yeah, usually we have the mayor at our January meeting. I just thought as we're now in October, or in November, what the thoughts were of inviting them to our January meeting. And if it's a yes, what do you want to do about refreshments?
I thought the chairman had to pay for them.
Well, usually what happens is the chairman sorts out the drinks, and I just order some platters. So, platters, sandwiches.
You said pasties.
I can get some.
I'm coming. I'm not be there. Pasties.
Do we need to set a budget for this then? Well, first of all, we need to decide if we're going to invite the mayor.
I've never seen the mayor drink before, but you may do. It's open
Is it the
himself.
same one as?
No,
It's different every year.
Yeah.
Derek Butler.
So,
You won't just do the wedding.
No, it
no, that's what I'm
wasn't like Dan when he came
Does
in.
he drink this?
I've never seen him drink, but he might well be saving it until January. You never know.
So, is that a yes to me seeing if it's available to
Yes.
come? Everyone in
Ask him
favour?
if he drinks.
He did
No,
say.
not not.
If he's a real old man or not.
Right, and do you want to just do the usual for the refreshments
What we did
then?
last year.
Yeah.
That's 10 bottles of wine, man.
Oh, yeah.
Pasties.
Oh, you're asking about that, aren't you?
What you'd like to speak about,
Oh yeah.
and then advertise it out so that people can come and
Yeah.
listen.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because obviously,
Good
lots
idea.
of mayors have told us about the Chamber office, and
And they're charitable.
He is
you might like to speak about
He's an
something.
interesting chap, actually, Derek.
Is he?
Yeah. and you will be able to understand every word that he says.
Like the
Okay, moving on.
Okay, item number 23, which is future events. If we can go around the table on this one, if we can start, Tom. Janetta?
Just please be nice to me while I sell my puppies in the village over next week.
Sounds pretty good to me. Pat?
No.
Fred?
No.
None.
That
No,
one,
okay. Right, item number 24, which is items for future consideration. If I've got any takers on that, that's the blank faces, which is... And before we go on to the public session, the date for the next meeting will be on Wednesday, 30th of November, 7:30 p.m. Okay, so if I can close this part of the meeting and open it back up to the public again, and I know, firstly, Chris.
Well, actually,